start Blender, you have this cube, camera and light. This is default scene, and we will start with the cube. In case you're a total beginner and you have no clue about the Blender interface and all the basic things, check out my previous episode, Blender Beginners Tutorials. It's a small course made out of 10 episodes, completely free. It will walk you through all the steps there and all the basic things that I will not cover here. So check it out and then come back here. For all other guys, let's dive into this. So basically I'm using right mouse button for selection, W for this right mouse button menu. If you're using opposite, no issues at all. And also I'm using machine tools for this pie menu. The link is down in the description, explained in the first episode of the Blender Beginner Tutorials. And also you can see here my keyboard shortcuts and mouse operations. Okay, so this is the full cube. I will select the light and delete it because I don't need the light. And the camera, let's set the cube first and then we'll set the camera. So basically I want to scale the cube, S for scale, 2 to scale it twice. And also I want to move it at the top of the grid here. So G to move it, Z on the Z axis, and 2 because I scale it twice, and this is perfect. Now let's press 0 to look through the camera. Go right here, and I want to square. So 1080 by 1080, we have a square. And also I want to go to the camera right here, and from perspective go to orthographic. In that way, we are seeing everything like without depth. Almost without depth, and basically this is what we will use to create isometric room, because isometric means that all the axes are equal, so no matter from what angle you're seeing it will be similar. So let me show you that really quickly. If you press N, go to view, go to camera to view, so let me expand this, camera to view, see all the axes seems really equal. Okay, so I will move this down, G and Z, and move the camera a little bit up practically. And this is how we will set our camera. I will not move it anymore. I will hide the camera from the perspective. You'll see here. This is the camera. I will just hide it because I don't want to be here to bother us. And this is it. Let's start modeling the room. So basically, I will go select the cube, go to the face and select these 3 faces, X, and delete faces. This is it. Now I will select. We need to add a depth to the room. There are so many ways how you can do that. You can select the cube, go to the modifiers and add solidify modifier and just add a depth. Perfect. And just select even thickness, and this is one way how you can do it. It's really cool, non-destructive way, because you can see you can always change later the thickness of the walls. All right, another way is just to go to the face, select all faces and press Alt E, extrude face along normals and add a depth. Press S to scale it evenly, and maybe shift to have a little bit more control. And let's say I'm happy with this. This is perfect and I'm done. So we have a wall. Now let's rename first walls. Perfect. And now let's create a floor. Really cool floor. I really love this. So for the floor, let's set face, select this one, duplicate, Shift D, press escape to cancel it and to cancel the movement, P, and separate by selection. Perfect. We have a new selection here, new object actually from selection. Go to the object, select it, and go back to the face. And this will be our floor. So we can move the floor and do whatever we want. But you can see, if I go back to the object, you can see this orange dot right here. That's an origin point. So this right tiny thing here, this is the origin point, and it's somewhere in the space. Well, because this floor shares exactly the same origin point from the cube, because it's part of the cube. It's made as a copy, as a duplicate of a cube. But we don't want that. We want this origin point to be right there. So because of all transformation later, it will be much better. Because now if we see, if we scale it, it will scale towards the origin point and it will scale up. We don't want that. So it's really simple fix. Go to object, set origin right there to geometry. Voila, this is it. Now if we scale it, perfectly. Also, you can go right click and go origin to geometry. That's it. This is commenting. Remember that. Also, you have some issues. Probably it's a scale or origin point. Check out these 2 things and it will be much better. Okay, now let's create really cool looking floor. I will go to the face view, and basically I just want to create one portion of floor and then duplicate it. And the easiest way to do it is to add a loop cut. So Control R and go right here, scroll with the mouse. I want to add 5 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Right click or escape. And now, believe it or not, I will go to the faces and select this, this, and delete all of them. Because I just want to have one and duplicate it 5 times and save myself some troubles here. So basically, I could make just one and shorten the floor, but if I don't match the perfect size, then when I duplicate it, will be maybe over there or shorter a little bit. So this is much better way, you will understand in a moment. So I will select this, again, loop cut. I want to add 1 here, and I want to add 3 here. Perfect. Now go to the edges. Come on, edges, perfect. Select this, this, and just dissolve edges. If I press / I will just isolate this to see only that object. Let me quickly explain you. If you go and delete edges, you will delete also faces that are connected to edges, and you don't want that. So if you go to dissolve, you're basically deleting only edges and all the faces stays, and you're just erasing it. It's like that, like you're just erasing it, not basically delete it. Erase, delete is similar, but okay, you got it. Dissolve it. You don't want to delete edges because it will delete also the faces that are connected. Perfect. Now that we have this, let's select this, and this by holding Shift. And now I want to bevel this. Control B or Command B on a Mac, and just move it. You don't want to have too many of these bevels. You just want to have one. So basically like this. And I want to set a gap, something like that. Perfect. And now I will go from edges to face here, and I want to invert it. I don't want these faces, I want everything else. So Control or Command I, and now press E to extrude this up, but just a little bit, don't go too much. I want to add this kind of a depth to the floor, these holes right there, and then select all by pressing A, and again extrude it a little bit more. So this is our parquet. See, this is really cool. I will go back to the object, and I really love it. / and just add array modifier and make a copy. So I don't want to go over the x-axis, so 0 here, not 0 here. I want to go over the y-axis, so 1 here, and that's it. I want to copy it 5 times, 2, 3, 4, 5, because I had 5 loop cuts. You remember I had 5 faces made with loop cuts, and this is it. This is perfect. Also, what I like to add, it's a bevel modifier, because in real life, nothing is razor sharp. So you want to have a little bit bevel. This table or keyboard or monitor, whatever you see, there is this tiny bevel, and it's a little bit better because the light is bouncing better with the bevel added on, and it will be nicer overall. So this is too much. I will go to the bevel right here and add 2 of them. And also by holding Shift, more precisely, move this down. Also, let me show you a cool trick. If you go here to the item, you can see the scale is set to 2. If I press Ctrl A and set the scale, it will set the scale to 1, and yeah, I can easily control the bevel, but basically everything should be 1. And yeah, this is a bevel, so maybe 0.003. And perfect. Now let's do the same for the walls here. Add a bevel. See? Cool bevel. 2 of them. And yeah, the walls are also 2. Let's set scale. It's 1. And I really like it. So the floor, the walls. This is floor, not the walls. Are done. Now let's create a bed. In order to create a bed, we can do just like this. Go to the cube, select the cube, and add a mattress. Oh, not that, but add something that is like that, and move it up, and so on and so forth. Perfect. But a lot of times it's easier just to make a copy of some planes and then add a depth, etc. So again, select walls, go to the faces, select this one below. If you don't see it, press Alt Z, and you will see through the object. So this is selected. Shift D. Move it up on Z-axis, okay, P to separate it, go here and go to the object, and I want to name this mattress. Perfect. And yeah, remember the origin point, it's not right there. So right click, set the origin to geometry. We are done. Go to the top view and scale it on x-axis, sx and sy, scale it on y-axis, a little bit on the x too, and just s to scale it globally. And don't press H. H will hide everything. Alt H will reveal. So G instead. And I will move it somewhere here. This will be our mattress, maybe a little bit longer on y-axis. So S, Y, and see what's going on here. So yeah, I selected the camera. Why I said I don't want camera. So when you press Alt and H, it will unhide everything. Remember that. So I just want this on Y, just shape of the bed. It's not crucial, you can create it any kind of shape you want. So I will go here, go to the face, select it, and E to extrude it down a little bit. So this is the height of my mattress, maybe GZ a little bit more, something like that. Go back to the object and you can see it's already applied, bevel is already here. Why? Well, because we took a part from the wall already has a bevel, and we just duplicated, and obviously all the modifiers are duplicated. So that's cool, we don't need to apply it even more, but I want to transform it a little bit. See the scale here, I want to have all one, so Control A, apply the scale, perfect. And now go to the bevel, and I want to have something like this. This is a mattress, it should be like more round, for my taste. We can do whatever we want. And now we can go to right click and auto shade smooth, perfect. And go here and check normals, maybe 60 degrees. Yeah, it's much better. This is our mattress, really, really nice. And I want to move it down, GZ, something like this. And now let's create the legs for the bed and the frame, etc. I will show you a cool trick, it's really easy. I really love this. So let's press 7 to go to the top view. This time, what I like to do is I want to go to add a plane. We can again copy part of the floor or the mattress, it doesn't matter. I'm just showing you another way. Add a plane. And what is the difference between adding a plane or adding a cube? So now if I add a plane, let me show you. Let's first make it smaller. This is my leg of the bed. I will put it somewhere here, maybe a bit bigger. Okay, this is a leg. And now GZ somewhere here. Now if I go to the face and extrude this, and extrude it all the way to the floor, doesn't matter if we go a little bit through the floor, and go back to the object. So we did the same like we had a cube and just extruded it on Z-axis, but with that difference that this is much easier, because let me show you, if we add a cube now here and go back to the top view, make it smaller, like this is the second leg, doesn't matter, just to show. Okay, and now you need to go to move it somewhere here. Okay, then if you press S and Z, it will go from the origin point, and then again you need to move it down, or just go to the edit here and select the faces and move them. And it's a little bit different, it's not that bad, but this is why I like to go with the planes and just extrude them, because the origin point is always right there. Perfect. So we have this, and let me show you how we'll create the whole frame just from this leg. So I will go to the top view, go to the face, edit, and add a loop cut. One loop cut here, move it like this. One loop cut here, move it like this. And also maybe the bed is too, how to say, too low. So I want to move this a little bit up like that, and that means that I need to move this also a little bit up. And this time I just need to select Alt Z to see through, select all these faces and just press 1 to go to side view, G, Z, and move them down. Perfect. And now I want to add another loop cut right here and put it down. So this will be the size of the gap below the bed, something like that. It's completely optional, whatever you want. And now we'll go to the face, select this face. This will be really cool. E to extrude it, and make sure not to go over the half of a bed. Trust me, you will see the reason really shortly. So here, also E to extrude and go somewhere here. Doesn't matter if it's not all the way to the half, just don't go over it. Perfect. And now go to the object mode, and we want to make a copy around the bed from this frame. So how to do that? Well, really easily. Go to the modifiers and add a mirror modifier. Perfect. And see, it's a mess, but it's a cool mess. So what I want to do here is to set the mirror object mattress. Perfect. Then I want this clipping to be on, because if it's not on, let me show you. If we go to the face here, we want to move this face, G and X, move it here. It's going across and we want to clip it here. So how to do it? Set this on and set merge on also, because it will merge these two faces, all the vertices there. So if now go with the G and X, see? It cannot go further than this. So it's like, that's cool. Also here, and there is nothing to merge on. Why? Well, because we need y-axis too. Perfect. G, Y. That's it. And we have really nice bed. Also, I want to add a bevel here, and let me show a really cool trick. If you add a bevel before that, it will bevel everything here, and we don't want this, obviously. We don't want this, so we want a bevel after mirror. Perfect. And we can also control A and set a scale and add 2 of these points and just move this bevel a little bit down like that. And we have really nice bed frame. And I will apply the mirror modifier. So just go here and say apply. Why? Well, because I will do something now. But before that, maybe to scale this mattress a little bit. Or not. I will see after I do the second part. So select the mattress, shift select the bed, /, and we have only this visible, so we can easily work with this. Select this one, go to the faces, and I want to select this, and this face, and really easy, just E, extrude up, and C, maybe G, Z, move it a little bit up. And this is it, this is our bed. We are done with the frame. It's really simple. You can change the shape of it, you can add even more details, whatever you want, but because this is a beginner-friendly tutorial, I will stop here. But now what I like to do, let's see about the mattress, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe 7 to see the top, maybe S and Z, S and X to scale it on X-axis also, maybe like that. And yeah, we have a really nice bed, perfect. What I like to do now is just select the mattress, go to the face and select this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this will be our sheets. So I will duplicate it, perfect. And what I like to do, again, separate by selection, P, and choose selection, go to the object, select that object, this is sheets. Okay, and yeah, this, let's name this is not plain, this is bed frame. Perfect, let's select sheets and go by 3 to the side view, go to the vertices, Alt Z to see through, and I want to select all of these vertices, G, and you can press G and Y to move it on Y, or just GG to move it where only it can be moved. Okay, and I will put it somewhere here, for example. Perfect. But because this is a razor thin, this is actually has no dimensions, it's 0, so we need to add some thickness to it. So for that I will go to solidify modifier, and yeah, I will apply the scale first, and I will go to this and just add thickness. So maybe, yeah, this is cool. You can make it as thick as you want. Do you want to make it like just tiny, or maybe a little bit thicker, whatever. This is cool. I will leave it like that, and I will apply a lot of things here. I will apply the bevel. If you apply the solidify before the bevel, see, it will be like a square, and you don't want that. So maybe you want, but I don't want that. So I want to apply all of this and go to the faces Now let me show you a cool trick. If I add a loop cut right here, and then select this face, this, and press Ctrl Shift and select all. Now I can do something really cool. I can press special button, Alt and E, extrude along the normals, press S to scale it evenly, and I can add this. I really like it. So see, looks like a really cool sheet. Also, let's try something. Go to the edges, Alt and select this edge. It will select all of it, all the way there. Yeah. And if I bevel this, Control B. It's crazy. Why is crazy? Let's see the scale here. Come on. Oh yeah, I need to go up. The scale is okay, but something is not okay. All right, so let's go to the edges here, and first origin to geometry. That's cool. Then go to edges, select this one, Control B, and maybe just add a tiny. I'm scrolling with the mouse wheel here. Just press and hold Shift. Maybe just like that. See, it's a little bit better, just a little bit better. Also, we can do it here. Nobody will see this side, but just to show you what is possible. So we can select this and just do the same, okay? And this is it's a little bit softer. Also, you can add another subdivision surface modifier and maybe 2, and just make it a little bit softer. Really cool. You can select it and maybe make it bigger, a bit bigger. Like that, press G, Z, move it up. Maybe just G, S and X to scale it on X. Axis, maybe this is too much, maybe, but it is. See how this crazy thing is happening here. But like that, and I would leave it like that. You can play a lot with this, but this is really cool for a start. And now let's create a bed. Bed is already created. The pillow. Pillow is really simple and easy. You will be amazed. I will just add a cube. Perfect. Why is here? Well, because wherever the origin point is, the cursor is, the new element will be added. So I will press here, add a cursor here, and select cube. Make it smaller. S and Z to scale it on Z, G and Z to move it up, and S and X to scale it like that. And I think this is really cool pillow. Maybe it's not so comfortable to sleep on this, so let's modify it. Go to the face, Control R, add loop cut here, Control R, loop cut here, and go to the vertices, select this, press and hold Shift, select this, and select this. SZ, scale it on Z, like this. And now go to the edges and select this one, and this one. Perfect. And I want just to set S and scale it like this. And this is much better, really nice looking pillow. If you go to the side and R to rotate and move it here, we have a beautiful pillow, so comfortable, so soft. Not, but it will be if you press Control 2. Why is nothing happening? Because I didn't select this. Control 2, amazing. We have a really cool pillow. Right click, auto shade smooth, and I want to go from 30 to 60 here on normals. And yeah, let's make it bigger, maybe wider, maybe it's enough. Perfect. We have this, maybe a little bit bigger. Why not? I like it. And let's make a copy, Shift D, duplicate, make it smaller, Shift Z, not Shift Z, but GZ, and the G and Y to move it somewhere here, maybe rotate it a bit and move it up. And yeah, we have 2 pillows. Perfect. Nobody will notice that this is going through the sheets. It's crazy. Yeah, I will notice. So G, Z, move it up, R to rotate it a bit, G, Z, move it up, and this is much better. Perfect. Now let me show you another thing that we need to do here. If you go back to the room, and now, okay, the bed is maybe too big, we should make it smaller. So now I need to select this, and deselect this with the control, and now I can, it's too much work, so let's make everything as a group, as a parent. So I will select everything by holding shift, but the last one that I want to select is this sheets right here, and then press Ctrl P and select object, or object keep transform. It's different, but for now I will select object. And now if I select only the sheet, I will make it bigger or smaller. But if I select the pillow, I can move it separately, etc. Everything is like separate, but also this you can see. But if you select the sheet, you can make it smaller, you can move it wherever you want, and that's perfect. I will go to the top right there, and yeah, I want to make it smaller because this is not too big, so maybe like that, maybe on x-axis to scale it, and leave it here. Okay, now what I like to do, for now I will leave it like that, save it. Now I want to create this thing right here. I don't know the English word for that. If you know, just let me know down there in the comments. I will show really quickly. So I will select the walls, go to the face, select these two faces, duplicate, Shift D and P to separate by selection, go back to the object and select this. This is, I will call it wall floor part. I don't know how to say it. So I will go to the side view, go to the vertices, Shift Z to see through, Alt Z actually, and G and Z to move it down. Something like this. Perfect. And now I'll go back to the object. Let's see what we have. We have that. Go to the face, select this face and this face. And I will press Alt E, extrude along normals, and just extrude it like this. You know what I'm talking about, but I have no clue how this is called in English. So I will go to the edges, Alt and click to select, make sure to select all of these edges. So just Alt click, and it will select connected edges right there in a loop. And Shift, not Shift, why I'm always saying Shift, it's Control B, and with this you can play like that. But before we do this, I want to go, and let me show you here, I want to go, see the scale is cool. Okay, now let's go here, Control B, and add a little bit of these loop cuts. Have a smooth version of it, that's perfect. And then auto shade smooth, this is cool. Again, if you know how this part is called in English, let me know down there in the comments. I have no clue. Okay, so the next thing is to create a window right here, and for that we will do something that we already covered in the previous episode. It's called Boolean. So bool tool, and if you don't have it, just go right here and go to the add-ons and search bool and check this bool tool on, and go and save preferences, close it, and now we can continue with this. Okay, let's create really cool windows. So in order to do that, I will press Shift S and move the cursor toward origin right there, create a cube. Okay, and go to the front view, and just G and move the, not F, but G, and move the cube somewhere here. This will be our window. So I will press S and Z to scale it on Z a little bit, then S to scale it globally down, G to move it where I want my window to be. Something like this, probably, maybe scale it a little bit more down, and maybe S and X to scale it like this. It's completely optional, we can always refine it later, you will see, but for now I will leave it like that. And go to the side view, press 3, S and Y to scale it on Y, and G and Y to move it here. So this will be the element that we will make a hole through the wall. And before that, what I like to do, I like to make a copy of this, how to say, cube. So Shift D to make a copy, and this will be window frame. Okay, I will hide it for now and select this. In order to use the bool tool and to make a hole properly, first select the object that you want to make a hole with, then select the object where you want that hole to be. So this is it, press Ctrl minus, and voila, we have it. Perfect, now let's go back to our window frame here, turn it on and go to the front view. What I liked here, I like to see through, press S to make it First need to select it, S to make it bigger, like that. Maybe SZ to have it like this. This will be our frame. Perfect. Go to the side view, SY, and scale it on Y-axis. Something like this should be perfect. Maybe GY to move it a little bit here. And also, now let's go and select face. Yeah, before that, we see the scale is off, so I will go Control A, set the scale. Go to the faces, select this one, go to the front view, press I to inset, and just inset it a bit like this. Okay, a little bit less than a window frame. And then right click or W and press bridge faces. This is perfect. So we have a window frame. I really like it. We can add a bevel here. And yeah, a little crazy, but we will make it even more crazy by lowering this down. And I really like it. We can go select this cube right here that is transparent and hide it all because it's making a mess. I don't want it. So perfect, we have a window. Let's create other part of the window. Let's select the window frame, go to the edges, and what I like to do is I want to select this edge by holding Alt and select. It will select the whole loop. Okay, Shift D to make a copy, then P, separate, go back to the object, you know the drill, select this, go back to the edge, A to select all, and now what I like to do, I like to press F to fill it, to make a face out of it. Perfect. Then I want to select this face. We can go back to the object, why not? Go back to the side view, press 3, G and Y to move it somewhere here. Perfect, go back to the front view. And now what I like to do, I like to make my life again easier. Let's go to the face here, select the face, Control R, add a loop cut in the middle, and then delete one of these faces, whichever you want. So go back to the face, click it, X, and delete face. Perfect. I like to use this in order to make two parts of the window, but just one part and make a copy of it. So I will select this, press I to inset, like that. This will be the frame. Okay. And then what I like to do, I like to use a knife, K for a knife. And yeah, we can just make anything that we want, but I don't want that. I want to press K and press Shift to cut at the middle. Shift, Shift, right click and enter. Perfect. Also here, press and hold Shift all the way here by holding Shift, cut it and press enter. And now we have 4 faces. Perfect. Now let's go to the edges. Select these 4 edges, press Control B to bevel it, but scroll down, you don't want that many cuts, so just like that. Maybe like this. That's cool. And now what I like to do here is to go and select faces like this by holding Shift, select all these faces, okay, and extrude it. So E and just extrude this a little bit. So I think this is cool. The back side is not important because we are seeing everything from the front side here. If you want to have a backside and everything cool, you can select all. Let me show that for you guys who want that. Let's go to the side view and extrude everything and move it a little bit. So, okay, this is the depth of window. And then you can just select these faces and say extrude inside. Okay, so now you have back nice, and you can also, another cool tip is that you can select all these faces, and just press extrude, Alt E, extrude the faces along normals, and yeah, go back and until they overlapped. So before that, like that, and then see you have a really nice window, and that's also cool. So whatever you want, that's an option. I'm showing you because this will be just a room from this angle here. The back part will not be visible, so if you don't want to waste time, no problem. Okay, now that we have this, press 1. This will be upper window. and Shift D and press Z to move it down. I want to move it not all the way down. Yeah, all the way down actually. All the way down like this. And remember the trick by moving down. So GZ, press Control and put the mouse right here. Perfect. And it's all the way flat with the frame. And now let's go to the side view. Alt Z, G and Y. Want to move it on Y axis and put it in the front of the, or in the back, whatever you want. So in the front or the back of the upper window. So when you open it, it will open from inside or outside part, whatever you find more comfortable with. Let's go to the back part like that, and let's see, there is no gap. GY like that. Perfect. And now if somebody want to open the window, perfect. We have it. Also, I want to create some kind of shade here, some kind of a curtain. So for that, I will select this, go back to the edges, select with the Alt all these edges, duplicate it, remember, P, go back to the object, go here, shade or however it's called, go back to the face, select all by press A and then F to fill it, perfect, and E to extrude it, but just a little bit, this will be tiny. So go back to the object and let's see. Yeah, it's tiny, it's perfect. Alt Z to see through. Go to the side, G and Y to move it on Y axis. And I want to put it somewhere here in front of that window. So maybe, let's see. Yeah, it's perfect right there, as you can see, next to that window. Maybe if this is too thick, I want to press S and Y and make it, wait. What is the problem? The problem is this, a regular problem. So this is, guys, what I told you already. The origin point is not where it should be. So go to the object, go to the right click and origin to geometry. And now if this is too thick, S, Y, and just scale it. This should be really thin. Perfect. And also I don't want to cover the whole window. I just want to cover the part of the window. So go back to the side, Alt Z to see through, go to the vertices. Again, Alt Z, select all of this, G, Z, and move it up. Go to the front view and G, Z, move it up. Probably something like that. Also, what I like to add here, let me show another trick. This is a geometry that is selected. I want to go with Shift S and cursor to selected. Perfect. Why? Well, because now I want to add Shift A and add a cylinder right here. Press R to rotate, X to rotate around X axis and 90 degrees. Or R, Y, 90 degrees. This is actually what we want. And I want to make it smaller, a lot smaller. Like that. On the side here, I want to make it even smaller like this. GZ and move it down. Again, GZ and move it here. Then I want to scale it on X, just right there. Perfect. And I want to make a copy. Shift D, escape, GZ, move it up. I want to move it all the way here. And I want to scale it again, but this time I don't want to scale it on X axis. So just Shift X and like that, GZ, move it up, and this is it. And let me show you how this looks. This is the part of the shade right there. You can put also a string if you want, but I don't want to go with so many details. This should be really simple. So we have it. Really good. Now let's create a table. So for the table, I will select, just to see, this is shade. This is not 0001. This is lower window. Bottom, or I don't know, upper. I don't know if this is a proper way to say it, but I know what it is. It's important that you know what it is. Okay, let's select the room here, the walls, go to the faces, select this face, Shift D, P, separate by selection, go to the object, go to the walls here and rename this tabletop. Okay, and yeah, again, remember, origin to geometry, scale it down, move it right here, scale it on Y, like that, and then I'm just scaling it to set it the size, the shape of the table. So probably a little bit bigger, maybe like that. Okay, and let's see, maybe it's too, maybe Y, like that. Move it right there. Maybe let's zoom it. I just want to make it more on Y, like that. And let's see, I want to move it up like almost all the way here. Let's see. And I want to go to the face, and remember we need to extrude it up. So the depth should be whatever you want to have. The depth, not the depth actually, but the height of your table. That's perfect. We have already bevel and everything. I can just apply the scale here. So let's see if we select object and say scale, the bevel will be better. I will leave it like that. We can just shade smooth, and maybe instead of 30 degrees, we can say 60. It's a little bit better shading here, and that's it. But before we continue, let me show you just something. If we select the wall, we can see the wall has a bool tool modifier applied for the window, but if you select the table, also we have that bool tool modifier, and that's because we created the table out of the wall. So yeah, we don't need it. So just cancel that, delete it, and that's it. All right, so now let's go here. I want to go to the face and select this face. Again, make a copy, P, to separate it, and go to the object, select this object right there, go to the face, and basically actually go to the vertex, Alt Z, and select these vertices, G and X, and I want to create this part like that, and go to the front view, go to the object, and again I can press Alt Z back, G and Z, move it down. Perfect, and see where the origin point is, double click, right click and origin to geometry, and now I can go to the face, select that face, extrude it down, and remember the trick, G, Z, and press Ctrl, and it will snap down if you have this square, this face icon right there. Perfect, this is how it looks. So now let's add a few details here to add some drawers here. So I will create really simple trick. Let's go here, and we don't need to select anything. Press Ctrl R to add loop cuts. I want 3 loop cuts, perfect. And also I want 1 loop cut somewhere here. And let's see something. First of all, we have, let's go back to the object. We have the same bevel that is applied right there. We can narrow it down maybe a little bit. Okay, that's one thing. The other thing, let's go to the edges, and if we select this, and this edge, and this, and these edges by holding Shift, and now if we bevel this, press Ctrl B, and bevel this a little bit, like that, for example. That's cool. And now what I like to do, I like to go to the faces and select this face, and this, and this. Basically, I could just deselect these small faces, but it's okay like that. And now I want to go Alt E, extrude faces along normals, and just do this. Just do this a little bit, not too much, maybe like that. And perfect, not bad. See, the shading here is a little bit off. Well, that's because let's undo a few times. Before we do this, before we even bevel it, let's see. Let me see. If we now add a loop cut, we cannot add a loop cut because we broke this. So before even bevel applied, okay, I want another loop cut right here. And now let's select this. An easy way to do it, let me show you. Just go to the side view, Alt Z, and just select everything like this. Perfect. And not just like that, but if we select this, it will be crazy. Okay. I said something, but I need to do it manually. Perfect. So okay, now let's press Ctrl B to bevel this a little bit. Okay, go to the faces, and now we can press Ctrl and what I did now, I don't want that. I want to press Ctrl and come on, I want to deselect this face. This face, maybe it was easier the first time. And this face and this face, and basically I could do it again with that trick on the side and just select everything, but it is how it is. Okay, Alt E and just do like that. Okay, go back, and now it's much better. Perfect, I really like it. And we can play with the bevel a little bit. We can also apply the subdivision surface modifier and fix that shading a little bit. Then we have issues here. We can go and add inset on these faces a little bit. So come on, and just do this. And okay, it's better. The shading is fixed. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's pretty much okay for this. Also, I want to create some handles, and for the handles, really cool trick. Go to the front view and just click right here. Go with cylinder, for example. Okay, and then RX 90 degrees. What I did is RX 90 degrees, scale it down like that. Go here and just go to the side view, move it, don't hide it, just G, Y, move it here, and we can go with scale on Y axis like that, and go to this right here, and I for inset, E to extrude, and this is it. This is the whole thing. G and Y, and move it somewhere here. And now I want to go to the front view here. Let's see, I want to move it. I just pressed G and not G, but I just pressed Shift Z to see the mesh here, and I just want to move it somewhere here. Perfect. Then Shift Z. Oh, before that, before make it a copy, I want to go to, I don't need to go to edit view, but I want to go here and shade smooth. Perfect, and add a bevel. Add a bevel. This looks cool. We can add 2. We can also apply scale. It can be like this. It can be just like 1, maybe 1 is even cooler, like that. Why not? And we can add a subdivision surface if we want, but this is so tiny detail that actually we don't need to play with that too much. So I will just go with 1 bevel and even less, even like 0.01. Perfect. And for me, this is really cool. Let's go here, Shift Z, Shift D, make a copy right there, and another copy, Shift Z, Shift D and Z here, Shift D and Z here, and this is pretty much okay for the handles. And we also need to create legs. That part is really simple. Let me show you again. We can just go here, make a copy, not of, yeah, we can make a copy actually of everything, but I don't want to make a copy of everything. I want to go to the faces, make a copy of that face. Remember the drill. Right there, go to the top view, make it smaller, make it square like this. Put it right here, maybe even smaller. Put it right here. I want to go to the front view, select the face right there, Alt Z, okay, it's selected, and E to extrude it down, then G, Z, remember? Wait, G, Z, and Control, and this is it. This is perfect. And maybe this is the leg is maybe too big. I want to go to the top view and scale it without scaling on Z. So Shift Z, something like that. Move it here. Also, the bevel is cool. Let's see. Apply the scale. The bevel is now cool. And I want to add another copy right there. So let's add a mirror modifier. Why not? We can do that. Select the table. And we don't want on X, we want on Y. Perfect, the table is ready. Let me show you a trick. Again, select legs. Oh, go to the object, select legs. All of these. And Control P. That's it. And now if we want to scale this, move this, perfect. Also, we can select everything here again and add it in a separate collection. So now we can press M, new collection, table. Perfect. We can do the same for the bed. And M, bed. Perfect. And window. So this, and another cube that is hidden, this one. So, not that one, but come on, this one. Okay, so let's press H to see, yeah, that's it. Also, we need this one and this one. H to see what we are hiding. Yeah, that's. And I will press M and I will say window. Perfect. That's really cool. I really like it. We have a table, we have a desk. We have, maybe the desk is a little bit too big, maybe. Let's make it smaller on Y-axis like this and move it towards the window a little bit. Okay, and now let's create a chair. The chair will be fun. It's really simple. Let me show you. I will go to the side view right here and I will create, let's go to first Shift S, cursor toward the origin, create a cube or whatever, it doesn't matter. Let's create a cube. Let's make a cube smaller. Let's put a cube somewhere here and go to the edit, whatever, M and collapse. It will have just one vertex here in the middle, at the middle. Now I will go to the vertex, press A to select it and E to extrude, and I will now go like this, like this, like this, and just pressing E, or I can press Control and see, just click on left click where I want this vertex to be. Maybe like that. And this will be the shape. Perfect. Now we can go to the edge, select all, then extrude on X. Perfect. We have really cool chair shape. Maybe GX, maybe a little bit more. Also, I want to add a loop cut at the middle. And let's see, if I go to the object and press Ctrl 2 to add subdivision, it's really cool. I like it. Also, we need to add modifier, solidify. And before that, I want to apply scale. Okay, solidify is there. And something like that. If we go with the solidify before subdivision, that would be even cooler. So solidify right there. And I want to shade smooth and change the angle to, let's try 60. Not bad. Not bad. The chair looks pretty decent from here. Let's go to the top view and move it right there. Origin to geometry. I just want to move it a little bit to have a little bit more depth here on the seat part. So I will go to the vertex, go here and GY, sorry. Come on. I want to select all of these. GY and like that, and also this G. Come on, don't hide it. I always press the wrong GY like this, and also GY like this, maybe this one a little bit up, so why not, like that. And yeah, this is much better. If it's too wide here, but maybe it's not, we can always fix that, but for me this looks pretty decent. Okay, let's make the legs down there, and it will be really nice chair. Maybe even more. Let's go to the vertex here. Let's go here and GY and like that. Maybe like that. Why not? It's really cool. Okay, now let's go to the top view. Click right here, for example, add a cylinder. Okay, make it smaller, like that. Go to the front view, move the cylinder down, and I want to make it bigger, scale it on Z-axis like that. Perfect. Okay, so this will be the part of the construction of the legs down there. I want to see the height of this, so maybe if we move this a little bit up like that, and then move this a little bit up there and make it a little bit bigger even, so like that. And I will go to the face, edit view, add a loop cut, Control R, add a loop cut somewhere here, and Alt and select, back to the faces, Alt and select all the faces here, and I want to go with Alt E, extrude along the normals, and something like this, and this will be perfect for this example. And now let's go to the top and add a circle, and it's huge, you can see, but before we change the size or anything, I want the vertices to change to 6, and that's it. And now I want to radius, I don't know, 0.3 or even less, Shift Z, even less, so something like this should be cool. Move it down, GZ, go to the top view, and let's see, this will be okay, maybe a little bit wider, like that. And I will go to the face, for example, select all, press F, and have it like that. Also, I want to extrude it down, so E and extrude it down, like that. And then I will select these faces right here. Okay, and I will go with Shift E and extrude individual faces, so like that, see? And let's see from the top view how this looks pretty decent. I want to move these faces down, so GZ. Okay, and also what I like to do here is, if I scale it, it will be like that, but I don't want to scale it like that, I just want to scale it on Z. Yeah, but also I want to scale it on X, and it's crazy, so we don't want that. We want to change here from median point to individual origins. Also, you can press a period for a shortcut, but not on a numeric keyboard. If you press on a numpad, it will go to something different. It will focus only that object. So period on the regular keyboard and individual objects. So this is it. I want to scale it like that, and then SZ. This is what I like. Also, what I like is to add some kind of loop cuts. So go to the top view and press Ctrl R, add a loop cut here, Ctrl R. This is approximately. There is a way to do it more precise, but for this, trust me guys, it's more than enough. And yeah, and also I want to go all the way down, go to the faces, select this face, this face, this face, all these bottom faces, you can see, except that this is not the bottom face. Come on, I made a mess here. Deselect this deselect this. I want only bottom face. So this, yes, no. Okay, come on. This, yeah. This and this, perfect. We have all the bottom faces, and E to extrude it down, and this is really cool. Maybe S to scale it, but I don't want to scale it. This looks really decent, and I will stop here. I will add subdivision surface modifier, Control 2. This looks cool, and now I will add loop cuts. So we can first shade smooth and go to the edit, add Control R, add a loop cut here, add a loop cut here. Let's go to the top view, Alt S, just to see what we are doing. Add a loop cut here. Perfect, and also where we should add loop cuts. That's pretty cool. So let's go and add maybe 3 levels because 2 is not good enough. And this looks pretty decent. We can also add loop cuts right there. So right there if we want. And I want, why not? To make it even more interesting. And yeah, this looks decent. We already done everything. Now we need to make wheels. So for the wheels, again, really simple and easy trick. Go to, there's so many ways again, but I want to go with cylinder and press R and X and 90 degrees like that. Make it smaller, move it down, GZ. Okay, make it even smaller. Move it a little bit up, and let's move it on the x-axis right there. Let's see, this seems cool, but I want to make it a little bit bigger and less wide, so scale it on y-axis like that, and I want to go to the edit and add a loop cut in the middle, and then go to the edge and just scale that loop cut like that. Perfect. And also I can go to the faces, select this and go with the eye insetted, and Alt E, extrude faces along normals and go a little bit inside, and that's it. Control 2 to make it smooth, and now you can see the inside part. We need to go with another inset, so just select these 2 faces and another inset, and that's it. We have these really cool wheels. You can go even further, and if you want you can add loop cuts here and move this down and move this up, for example, also on the other side. Come on, Alt Z to see what we are doing. So 1 here, 1 here, and not there, but 1, yeah, here, 1 here, and this is it. See, looks really nice. So now we can go to the top view and move it a little bit here, and I will just make a copy of these wheels. So Shift D, duplicate, rotate a little bit, Shift D, Shift D, rotate maybe a little bit like this, Shift D right here, and Shift D right there. Perfect. Let's see, we don't want to go to the edit view, we want to go to the object. I want to select now all the wheels, then this, and finally chair, and parent this. Okay, that's perfect. Maybe the seat part here is too small. Let's make it bigger. So if we make this now bigger, it will be crazy big. We can do 2 things. We can go to edit view, select all, and then make it bigger, or just cancel the parent by, let me show you, by pressing Alt P and then cancel parent. But I will go to the edit and just go and say okay, everything, and make it bigger, everything, and maybe move it up and maybe move it back somewhere here. And let's see, this looks much better, like a really cool chair. And also maybe, no, the height is pretty much okay. I'm just thinking about the size of the seat part, maybe to go a little bit bigger like that, and say, all right, we have really cool chair, and now we can rotate it and set it something like this, and maybe go to the top view and move it a little bit inside here and like that, and perfect. So this is it, maybe a little bit to the left, maybe a little bit here. Oh, see, we have one wheel is not parented. Why? Okay, no problem. Parented. One wheel is parent. Let's parent to this. Okay, now let's see. Yeah, that's cool. So go here, rotate it a little bit. Like that. Perfect. Let's see through our camera. I really like how this looks. Okay, we finished the chair, we finished the bed, we finished the table. Now it's time to add few lamps, some shelves, some candles, really cool objects, books, and let's do it. Okay, let's first create the shelves. They're really easy. I will just make a copy of this tabletop. Just do like that. Move it, scale it on Y. Scale it globally like that. And go here. I want to maybe put it somewhere here. Maybe I want to have more height on the shelf. Maybe a little bit more like that. And this will be one. Yeah, obviously I want this to go all the way to the wall right there. And let's see if I set the scale. Now the shading is proper. I really like this. Maybe I will see, maybe I will make it more deep. Maybe, that's just maybe. Okay, and then I want two more. So I will make a copy of it and move it here. RZ, 90 degrees on Z, and I will move it GX, and remember the trick, press Ctrl right there and make a copy Z and somewhere here. And I will select both of them and maybe move them a little bit up, maybe a little bit out there. So this is just approximately how they will be. Maybe I will move them, but this is it. Also, I want to make really cool frames for the images. So I will make a copy of this. RX 90 degrees and just go to the front view. S, scale it on X and scale it like that. And I will put it here, for example. Maybe scale it even more. Maybe scale it on X. Something like this. Apply the scale. I will go to the face and inset it a bit. And I want to, yeah, before I do this, I just want to make it thicker. So S, Y, and this will be our frame. Perfect. Now let's go and insert it and extrude this a little bit like that. That's perfect. And maybe this is, I want to make it even a little thicker like that, and move it to the wall. G, Y, and Control and click, remember. Perfect. And let's make two of them. So Shift D, move it here, select both of them, GX, move it here. Perfect. I want this one to be shorter, so S, Z, and this is not how it should be done. See this? There is a better way. So this is, we are here to learn. Go to Alt Z and go to vertex, then Alt Z and select all these vertices, G, Z, and voila, this is what we want. Maybe, oh, don't do that. Maybe G, Z a little bit down like this, and go back to the object, make a copy, move it on Z axis, and then S and scale it on Z like this, and a little bit more on Z, more on Z. If you say it fast, more on Z. Okay, so these are our frames. Okay, maybe I will make another poster right here on the wall. Let me show you how to do this. We can either make a copy, what's this? Yeah, we can either make a copy of this same plane, but let's do that. Make a copy, don't go anywhere. P to separate it, go to the object, separate, and go to object, make it, yeah, don't make it smaller. Origin, remember, origin to geometry, make it smaller, go to the side view, make it smaller, and I want to put it here, and this will be like a poster here on a wall. I want to go to the face and to add a depth to this poster by extrude it a little bit, just to have some kind of a depth. So this will be our poster. Maybe move it a little bit down here, something like this. Maybe to move all of these a little bit down like that. Let's see, not bad, not bad. Okay, I like it. So this is cool. Maybe this shelf a little bit down also, right there. And yeah, this is already much better. Now it's time to create a lamp. So let's create a lamp right here, and then populate the shelves, and then add a few more details here and there. So for the lamp, yeah, before that, the poster, remember, we don't want this boolean tool, and everything here is okay. I will select all of these, not control, but M, collection, and name this images or pictures. I don't know, pictures with S. And that's cool. And now let's create a lamp. I will click right here, go to curve, and not to curve, to mesh, and add circle. But this time I want back to my 32 vertices. Perfect. And let's see the size pretty much okay. Let's go to the face, fill it, extrude it. Okay, maybe GZ a little bit more, then inset, just tiny bit, extrude this a lot. Yeah, maybe this is too much, so let's scale it even less. Extrude it like this. Let's see on the side. Well, it's decent, maybe a little bit more GZ like that. And then I will go and let me show you a trick. Go to the face, select all of these, Shift D, duplicate, P, separate, go to the object, and yeah, see? Woohoo. Yeah, we want this, but actually, let's rotate it like that. I want to make it smaller, so maybe S, and yeah, before we rotate it, let's undo it. S and Shift Z. I don't want on Z axis smaller, so something like that. Then rotate it, Shift, not Shift, but G, and move it somewhere here. R to rotate it, something like that. And it's too long, so S, Z, Z, twice Z to go to the local axis. Otherwise, you can go from global to local. And then if you press SZ once, it will be just that, but I like to hold it on global and press SZZ twice, and this is it. Perfect. This will be the lamp. Also here, I'll put it here and go with another cylinder. It's big, I know. R and X, or R and Z, 90 degrees. I want something like that. Go to the front view, make it even smaller. GZ, move it down, and I want this like a holder here for this. Go to the side view, G, move it up, and you can add details if you want here. So let's shade smooth this, let's shade smooth this and this, and here I will add a bevel, and I will scale it. Okay, perfect. And now if you want, let me show you, you can add some details here, like this, for example, and inset it a little bit more, and then go to the face and select by holding Alt this and say, we can do it on another side too, but because this side only will be visible, I will not do that. So I don't know, I need to do it on the other side too. This is my brain don't let me to do it like this. So like that, like that. Select this by holding Alt and Alt Shift, select both of these, and then Alt E, extrude along normals like that. Perfect. And we have it. Also, you can press Ctrl 2 to add subdivision smooth, subdivision surface modifier to smooth it. And this looks cool. Also, here we can add a bevel. Let's see, Alt, Ctrl A to scale it, and like that, and also Ctrl 2 to add this subdivision surface modifier. I really like it, and that's cool. And now also what we need to do here is to go right there, for example, and add, let's see what we will add. We can add sphere. We can add sphere, it's too big obviously, but like this, scale it on Z like that. Perfect. And I want to go to the faces, go here, Alt Z to see through, and select all these faces and delete. Perfect. And we have only this. So we can go to the object. Obviously I want to shade it smooth. I want to set origin to geometry and then rotate it like this. Move it somewhere here. Go to the front view here. Move it like that, and this is cool. Maybe this is too big, not maybe, but it is too big. Go to the side view, scale it a little bit, go here, and I want to add a depth here, so we can add solidify modifier. Let's scale this, and this is perfectly okay. Let's add subdivision surface modifier, and we can either go here and add a loop cut. Come on, where is it? Oh, nowhere, because we cannot do that. We didn't apply subdivision solidify modifier, but we can use bevel instead. And we can use bevel at the top and say, actually, let's bevel it after solidify. After solidify, and that's much better. So let's see, like that. And yeah, I like it. So this is perfect. This is really cool. This is our lamp. And what we want to do now is to select this, 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 this. Oh yeah, this, 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 and this at the end, and parent it. Perfect. And let's see, that's working. That's working. Okay, so oh, this is not working. Why? Well, because we went here from we went here to individual, but we don't want to individual, we want to median point, and now and everything is working. So if you have some issues with that, this is how you should solve it. So this is our lamp. Let's see. Perfect. We have a really nice lamp here. Also, what we want to achieve here is to go and create another lamp at a table here. It's exactly the same principle. So let's create a circle, Shift A, circle, make it smaller, and go here, F to fill the faces, E to extrude it. I want to go here, inset it a little bit more, then extrude it a little bit more, then inset and leave it like that. Okay, this is a base. Yeah, and before that, sorry, I just want to add this to collection. Standing lamp, or however it's called. And this should have a bevel. Perfect. Scale, applying the scale. Bevel like that. Shade smooth, and we can add subdivision surface modifier, why not? Also, what we can do here is Shift S and cursor to selected. So the cursor will be in the center here. And I want to add sphere, this, but make it smaller like that. Go to the top view, come on. Okay, and make it smaller. Move it up and have it like there. And then, okay, shade smooth. And then on that, Shift S, go cursor to selected, go to the cylinder. So cylinder, it's a huge, I know, but okay, I want this to be like that. And I just want, before I continue, I just want to check normals, face orientation. Oh yeah, we have a few things to correct. Don't worry, it's simple and easy fix, as you already know, but we need to check that. Okay, so this will be like that. Okay, I want to move it here. So this is one. And also what I can do, I can make a copy of this one right there. Control D and Alt P and clear parent, and I can go and move it right here and put it at the center, rotate it on Z 90 degrees and make it smaller, and go to the front view, G, Z, and put it right there. So this is one way to do it, or to make it completely from scratch, but there is no need because we already did it. Okay, let's shade smooth this, and now I'll just simply make a copy of this pole, rotate on y-axis like that, put it here, okay, move it a little bit up, maybe to rotate it a little bit more, put it here, and then I want to make a copy of this, Shift D, put it somewhere here. Okay, I want to make a copy of this, make it smaller on local Z axis like that, rotate, and yeah, this is it. This is cool. Now what I want to do is to Shift S and cursor to selected and create a sphere. Basically, I will do similar what I already did. So make it smaller. And I want to select only, let's go to the front view by pressing 1, Alt Z, and I want to go to the faces and select all of these bottom part, and I want to delete faces. Go to the object, actually go back to the edges and select these edges, but actually we need to see through to select the whole loop, G, Z, and move it a little bit down like that. Okay, now let's add a solidify modifier, but I want to apply the scale. Let's see, that's cool. Also we can shade smooth, and also we can add Control 2 to add subdivision surface, and it's working fine. We don't need to touch anything else. Press 1 to go to the front view, and Alt Z and R to rotate and move it somewhere here. And also I will make a copy, Shift D and S to make it smaller, and put it right there like this, rotate it, put it here. Okay, let's see how this looks. Looks really decent. We have really nice, cute desk lamp. So I will select this, 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 and this, and parent to the object, and also M, and this is desk lamp. Perfect. I will make it a little bit bigger maybe, and I will put it put it somewhere here, for example. R to rotate it, come on, like that for now. And yeah, we can always rotate this separately. Perfect, I really like it. Our desk lamp is ready, this lamp is ready. Okay, let's make some books and let's make some candles and let's populate everything. So for the books, I will select this, create a cube, okay, top view, press 7, and just scale it to the book size, and SZ to scale it like that. Z, I want to GZ and actually GZ and control. And maybe this is too thin. Maybe I want a little bit thicker book, so move it with a control. Perfect. Okay, now I will go to the faces, select this, come on, where are you? This face, and I will just press I to inset it. And see, the scale is not good. So before that, let's go here. Yeah, the scale is off. Control A, set the scale and go back to this face edit view, and now it's much better. Perfect, like that. And I want to press Alt E and extrude along the faces, along the normals, like that. This looks perfect and it's almost done. What I like to do now, I'll make a mess. Control 2. Yeah, I will make a tortilla. And it's tortilla, it's not a book, but don't worry. I added just subdivision here. Go back to the faces, Control R to add loop cut. So one loop cut here. Oops, Control R, one loop cut. You can go, if you want square back part, you can go like that, but I want a little bit rounded. So one loop cut here. Control R, one loop cut here, and one loop cut all the way here to the top. And I will leave it like that. It looks pretty decent, just shade smooth. And voila, we have a book. So now in order to populate everything with the books, maybe this book will be like that. I will go to the top view, move it here, put one book there, make a copy, Z, and let's see, put another here, maybe rotate it a little bit, maybe make a copy and another one, G, Z, and here, and maybe make it tiny and smaller, like it's a notebook or something, and go with G, Z, and Control to snap it on this one. So we have 3 books here, maybe one of these to be, yeah, this one to be somewhere here, like somebody sitting and reading this. That looks pretty decent. Okay, so now what we can do, we can go with one of these books, this one, move it here, and actually G, and move it, snap it to, come on, don't hide it, G, and snap it here, GZ, okay, GZ, like that. We can either leave it somewhere here. Let's go to the top view. This is too big, so we need to make it smaller. Like this, or maybe like this. This is one. Then I want to go with another one right there. Rotate it on the y-axis 90 degrees, and then rotate it on the x-axis 90 degrees, like that. G and Z up and G and Z down with the control. Perfect. G and Y to move it somewhere here. Maybe make it bigger, and then put it right there. And maybe I want this one actually to be wider, so like this, and then make a copy of it, and this one be a little bit not so wide, and it can be rotated like this. Let's press 1 to see what we are doing. It's perfectly okay like that. And also we can select, for example, this one, make copy, Shift D, And now it's just a matter of populating everything and put it on different shelves here. So just put it right there. Okay, that seems perfect. The room is already looking really decent. I'm really thrilled about this. It will be even better. And now what I would like to do, I want to create a plant. And actually I want to create two plants. One is like leaf type plants, another is cactus. So let's do that. Okay, let's create a cactus. First, let's go here at a table. First, what I like to do is again to go with the circle. Okay, a little bit smaller. And go to the face, fill it, extrude it. Wait, select all, F to fill it, E to extrude it. And let's go here. And what I like to do is to G, Z, make it maybe like that. And S to scale it. And E, not E, but I, like that. And go with E to extrude it down, like this. Perfect. This will be our pot. So let's go to the edge. I want Alt and select this edge and bevel it. Control B, just a little bit, like that. Perfect. And then we can go with shade smooth, and then we can add either Control 1 or 2 or add this. And this is how it looks. Really perfectly bad. But let's add a bevel at the top of everything, and yeah, it's much better. Don't use a keyframe, like that. And also I want to scale it. Let's see, something like that. Looks decent. Okay, I will go with this. I will accept this. This is perfectly acceptable. All right, now let's go Shift S and cursor to select it, but it's already there. And also what I like to do is to go Shift A and add a sphere. And I want this time the sphere to have maybe 16 parts. Let's see, 16. Come on. 16. Not bad. Not bad. Maybe 8. Let's say 8. 8. Maybe better. Yeah, let's go with 8. Press enter. And I want just to scale this down. And go here, move it up, GZ, and G, not G, but SZ to scale it up like this. So this is a cool cactus. It looks like that, but it will be even better. So now I want to shade it smooth. Wow, the shading is crazy, but we'll fix it here, maybe 60. I will go to edges, select this edge and press and hold Alt, and then select this edge and let's see, yeah, all these edges. I want to select all these edges by holding Alt and Shift, of course, and then add a bevel here. So Control B, but I want 3 of these. So scroll with the mouse wheel, something like this. Perfect. And then select only this middle by holding Shift and Alt key. Come on, only these parts right there. Perfect. And I want to scale it in, so just without Z, so just scale it something like, or maybe something like this. No, something like this. Let's see. Not bad, but not good. Just scale. The shading is totally off. We will fix that, but this is not bad. Also, I will go with vertices, select this one and go GZ and move it up, but not just that one. Maybe this looks cool, I don't know. But what I can do actually, guys, is select nothing, go to the object and Control 2 to add subdivision surface modifier, and then go and add also bevel. Let's see what bevel will do here. Yeah, it will help a little bit. So let's say that this is our cactus. It's stylized cactus. We can make it smaller, maybe like that. Go to the top view, move it right here, and or no, make it bigger, even bigger, like that. And then make a copy of it. Copy, Control D, make it smaller, rotate it a little bit, and this is our cool cactus. Right, so I will select this, and this and parent it. Perfect. Let's go and put it, make it even smaller. Maybe put it somewhere here. What do you think? Yeah, just right there. Just right here. Perfect. It's not perfect, but it's almost perfect. G, Z, control to snap to this. Come on, snap it. What's happening here? I want it here. G, Z. Come on, why you don't want to snap on this? I have no clue, but I'll do it manually like that. Okay, really nice, cool cactus. Let's select everything here, make a copy and move it here. And now what I like to do is press G and move this. Press 7, go to the top view, it's easier. Move this one, maybe to this shelf right there. And move it up. Maybe a little bit down. Rotate it on Z-axis and yeah, leave it like that. We have really cool cactus here too. Maybe this one should have 2 of these. Why not just Shift D, make a copy, put it here, rotate it, maybe make it even smaller. And let's see, maybe like this. And this is cool. Okay, the cactus is done. Now let's add what we need to add. Let's add another plant. So I want to copy this pot here and put it right here. Make it bigger. Like that. And okay, now let's create a leaf. Let's create a plane. Make it smaller, scale it down. I want to press forward slash just to go to isolate mode to see only the plane. Let's go to the face edit and let's see. If I add subdivision surface modifier with 2 level on viewport and I add a loop cut, so I can add a loop cut right there, okay, and add a loop cut right here. I can go to the vertices and I can move this vertex right here, for example, both of these. Oh, don't hide it. Like this, and use these 2 and scale it as to scale it together. I like this. So also I can go with this and scale it down. So with this we are having like really cool leaf shape. Maybe like that. Maybe with these 2 I can move them. Let's see, I can move them a little bit down like that and scale it. Perfect. And now I need to go to the edges and select these 2 and bevel it. Control B. Not bad. Not bad. Let's see. But if I bevel only this one, Control B. Oh, come on. Only this one. Control B. Yeah, this is what I want. I want this small triangle there. You will see why. So like that. Perfect. And I will go to vertices here and I want to merge these 2 vertices. So let's go to this option, auto merge vertices. And if I select this one, GG, move it here, it will merge it. Also, if I go to the faces, now I have these 2 faces, I have this, and this is not face. Perfect. Also here, if I go to the vertices, I can select this one, G, Y, and maybe all 3. G, Y, and move it up, yeah, and scale it something like that. And then go to the edges, select this edge and this one and move it down, G, Z, and just a little bit. Perfect. And we can move these 2 up a little bit, G, Z. Perfect. And also we can go with these 2 vertices and move it up, G, Z, something like that. And if we add a loop cut right here, for example, and select these 3 vertices, actually all of these, GZ, move it down, just to have really nice shape of the leaf. This is really cool. And now what I like to do, I like to go and add solidify modifier. Let's go all the way up and let's see. First go to the object, shade smooth, apply the scale, and yeah, like this. Really nice. Maybe this is too much for the leaf. Like that. Okay, so this is really cool for what we want to achieve. We will add a little bit more tweaking here, but I want to go to the faces, and remember these two faces, small faces, I want to extrude them. So E to extrude them down even more. And we can go to the side view, and just by pressing and holding, actually holding control and press the left click on the mouse button, we can create this. This looks perfect. And yeah, this looks really good. Let's see about subdivisions. Let's add one more because it's not too many of them. This is cool, and I will say I'm pretty happy with this leaf. Go right here and move it up, and now everything is just a matter of positioning and making copies. So like this, this is one, and make a copy. RZ, rotate, move it here. Let's go to the top view. Move it here, for example. Make a copy, RZ, move it here, and then move it down. This one is okay to be right there. Maybe this one even more towards here, and then make a copy. Maybe 4 of them is okay here. Okay, this looks decent. Now I will select all of them, Shift D, and move it up, rotate it a little bit, scale it down, and maybe move it a little bit down. Like that, see? And all again, Shift D, move it up, scale it down, rotate a little bit, and here we have it. We can also Shift S and Z to scale it like that. Oops, and maybe some individual leaves to nudge it a little bit here and there. But this looks really decent plant. What I want to do right now is to scale this pot, but not on the Z axis. So Shift Z and scale it like that. S, Shift Z. And then I will select every single leaf here manually, because my auto leaf selection is not working currently. Okay, press H to hide it to see, okay, we have one more. This one. And now select the pot, Control P. That's it. That's perfect. So I will go to the top view. I will move it somewhere here, scale it a bit down, then move the lamp somewhere here, and that looks decent. Move this a little bit here, and yeah, don't hide it like that. And I really like how this looks, and yeah, this looks really decent. Let's stop here and take a look at this. Looks really decent. Now let's create a candle. So let's go here again, circle, make it even smaller like that. Go to the face, F to fill, E to extrude. This will be our candle, and yeah, E to extrude, inset, I to inset, E to extrude down, and then again I to inset somewhere here. Okay, then let's go and maybe even wider, extrude, then scale it, then extrude again like that, and extrude again and scale it, extrude again, scale it even more, and one more time, extrude, scale it, and I want to move this G and move it like this, maybe GZ, and like that. Maybe add a loop cut right here and move it somewhere here No, maybe this is too much. Just like that. Just like that seemed decent. Like that. And now I will apply subdivision surface modifier, Control 2. Perfect. And go to the face edit view. Add a loop cut here. Go to the bottom. Select this face right there. I for inset. Like that. Perfect. And let's go here. Add a loop cut right there. Add, yeah, I want to bevel this edge. Go to the edge, bevel it a little bit. Let's see. This looks cool. Shade smooth. Yeah, I really like it. So this is cool. We can also go right here and add a loop cut right there. And add a loop cut right there. And add a loop, not there, come on. Loop cut right there. Yeah, that's cool. And I would leave it like that. This will be our candle. And what we can do here is just put one candle there. And let's see, looks really decent. And I also want to put one candle here and move it down. And this looks decent. And yeah, this is basically it. And the modeling part of our room is ready. Now let's add some light and materials and render it, and it will be amazing. Also, what I like to do is to go Shift S and cursor toward origin and add a plane. I want to make this plane really huge. Now go 0 on the numpad, go to the camera. So I just want to have it as a background. And now let's add a light. So I will go right here, Shift S, cursor to selected, and I will add a light. I will add area light and go right here to the properties. And I will go, yeah, before that, I will go to the cycles and I will go to the render view. So area light is cool. I want to make it smaller. I want to go right there. And also I want to go to GPU compute. And now put it somewhere inside. Go to the light properties and I want from square to disk. Perfect. Make it even smaller to be inside and change the angle from 180 to 60, for example. And yeah, this looks cool. This looks really decent. Also, I will parent this light to this thing right here. So if I rotate this, it will rotate also the light. This is what I want. So maybe I want something like that. All right. Then I want, yeah, this is too dark right now. So before I add even more lights, I want to go to the world properties here, go to the color and go to the environment texture and open my HDRI light. So I will go with the Blocky Studio that I already used in Blender Beginner Series tutorials. So basically check out the link down there in the description and you can get it for free. Okay, so here I will leave it like that and just going to 0.2 for example. Okay, and let's add even more lights. So let's go here to this lamp, Shift S, cursor to selected, and then add area light. Perfect. I will go again to disk, zoom it here, make it smaller, put it, let's go here. Let's go here. Okay. And I want to RX and rotate it like that. That's perfect. And Shift select the lamp part and Control P parent it with that. That's perfect. Let's just check this. Yeah, that is really cool. Okay, we have these two lights. Also, what I want to do is Shift S, cursor toward origin, and add more lights. So I want another area light. I want to make it bigger. Want to put it all the way up. I want to have a disk. R, rotate on the x-axis like that, and move it on the y-axis here. So this is one. Maybe go on the side and go like that. Then let's go to the top view. I will make a copy of this light, move it right here, RZ 90 degrees, and make another copy of this light, move it here, and RZ 90 degrees. Okay, I have 3 of these lights. I will move this a little bit up and change the angle like that. And also this one, maybe a bit bigger, scale it. You will see, you know already if you watch my Blender beginner tutorials, the course of 10 episodes, you know how the lights affects the size of the lights, affects the sharpness of the shadows, hard shadows, soft shadows, etc. So this is how it looks, okay, for now. And I will now go to the render view, and for now I will leave it like that. Also I will go to the film here and say transparent. I don't want to see anything else. Okay, let's go to our camera. And also I want to go right here, and I want just 128. Okay, maybe even less, maybe 64 just for preview. It's pretty cool. And yeah, let's go to the view, camera view, and I just want to move the camera more towards the center. Okay, perfect. Now let's start adding the materials, and then we will play more with the lights and everything there. So basically, materials are pretty easy. I will just split here the Blender on 2 screens. Come on, like that. This screen right there will be render view, and I will uncheck all the helpers there and everything. So this, see? And this screen right here will be where I will add materials. So press N here, and also this here will be actually materials. This will be maybe shader editor. This will be where I will preview and click things, etc. And this is it. Okay, let's start from the walls here. I want to name this material walls. Okay, and set a color. This will be really simple, basically just adding a color. So saturation is cool, maybe the value, come on, saturation, something like that. And maybe the value will be darker, something like this. Looks really cool. Also, don't forget to check the normals, see if everything is working perfectly as it should. So face orientation, we have some issues here, and I will just quickly fix. You remember how it was. Just go to the face, select all the faces, Shift N, and I will just fast forward this because I will do for every single of these elements that are red color. So fast forward. Another cool trick is that I forgot to show is to select all the items that has flip normals, like everything, like this, and I think that's it. And then go to the face, A, select all, and Shift N, and this is it with really fast way to do it. Okay, let's go back here, and let's go to the edit view, so the render view. So let's uncheck this and let's play. Okay, so we have this material. Let's go to the bed sheet. I will make a copy and name this sheets. Okay, and this material will be some kind of really nice orange reddish tone. Something like this. Also, if you want to assign the same material to another object, select that object, control click to the one that you want to copy materials from, control L, and link materials. See, really easy. Okay, let's go to this pillow. This will be yellow color. Basically, I'm just adding colors here, and it's simple as that. And I will fast forward. I'm just adding colors to the different materials, fast forward, and I will just stop and slow when I'm doing candles and things like that to show you some cool tips. Okay, so now that we added the material to all these parts, let me show you a trick how to create really nice window light and transparent shade here, this curtain shade, however you want to call it. So let's select the window and I will add a new material. I will call it white because it will be white. It will be just like this, a little bit down, but this is it. And now I will go forward slash and select faces. I want these faces to be selected. Go here to the material, add a new material and name it window light. Okay, perfect. And I will go all the way down to emission, bright, like yellowish tone. Okay, and emission around, we'll see, but for now around 30. And I will just say assign. Perfect. See how this looks? And I will go back and do the same for this window right there. So let's isolate it. Okay, let's create new material. I will copy this window light here. Perfect. And that's cool. Now we need to make this transparent. First I will create, this is a shade. This will be like that kind of yellowish orangey look, and we just need to go on the principal shader, go all the way down to the alpha, and I will just lower this. See, but this is too much. I will go with something around this value, and also I will select this and this and this and link these materials. Perfect. Also all these already white material, that's perfect. But if you want to add some pictures here, let me show you really quickly how to do it. So again, just go and create a new material here and assign either any color you want, or if you want to create an image inside, just drag and drop any image you want and put it here to the color, base color. Perfect. I will go right here to preview and we cannot see anything. Why? Well, because we need to go to face, select all, U to unwrap and say cube projection, and that's it. Now you have it. And if your node wrangler is on, that I explained in previous episodes, but preferences, and just go to add-ons and node wrangler, this, you need to click at this, just go to the image, Control T, and you will have this. And with all these settings right there, you can, for example, with the scale, you can scale this, you can move it, see, and position it however you want, and then you will have that. So let's continue with adding materials. And now let me show about the candle. There is another cool trick. So I want to select the candle. Let's go to first the whole candle, create a new material, and I want to add some kind of, this kind of almost white look. Let's go here to better see in render view. Then I want subsurf material here, and I want to put this, I don't know, 150 or so, and I want to set the color to orange like that. And see, this is already really nice. And also I want to add a light here, so go to the faces, remember that trick. Let's go right here, remember the trick that we used to use, maybe. So select face, this one, and then Control plus 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 until you select everything. Now add a new material here, assign, and name this candle light. And I will do the same. I will go to the emission here and just add some kind of yellowish tone, and maybe, I don't know, 20. Let's see how this will work, and go back to the render and let's see how this works. Really nice. I like this. The candle is really, really nice. We can always change the brightness here of the flame, etc. But for now, I will leave it like that. And I will just simply now, because I already have that candle, delete this one and make a copy of this. But before that, I want to create a copy here, make one smaller. Okay, and copy here and make this one taller. And maybe like that, why not? So this is it. Also, I can move this one right there, and this one seems very strange because, let's see, I don't want to, yeah. I want to apply scale and then make it a little bit bigger, like that, and then move this one somewhere here. Not bad. And also I will go to the top view. I'm just copying this candle all over here and move it down. GZ here, and that's it. Okay, let's continue adding more materials like cactus and other stuff. Okay, let me show you a cool trick for the floor. Add one color, and if you want to have some kind of variations, let me show really quickly here. So this is how it looks for now. We can go to the face here and select certain faces, for example this and this, and go right here, add a new material, assign it, and sample maybe similar color, maybe not that dark, maybe something similar and maybe a little bit darker. So you will have really cool variation, just smooth variation here in color, barely visible, but it's there. It will be cool. Also, another cool thing is that you can add some kind of a rug here. So let's go here to the wall and select like we did before, separate selection, find this, okay, and go back to the object. Yeah, it's this one, and move it up like that. Extrude it a bit, move it up, just a tiny extrusion. Make it smaller, but make sure to set the origin to geometry. Make it smaller, go to the top view, and yeah, I want to have it something like this. And this is some kind of rug here. I will set some kind of gray tone like that. You can also add a material, but like that is perfectly okay. Right now it's time to play with the lights. So I will go really bright and change the color a little bit towards the warm tone. Perfect. Then let's go to this one, 150 watts. Then go to this one, maybe 100. Perfect. Maybe go here and 0.3, something like this seems pretty decent. Also here for the rug, we can also add an image texture. I will add this one, so I have already saved it. I will leave the link down there in the description, and I will just apply it. Just connect this to the base color, and it will be better, but we need to go to the face, select all, hue, and cube projection. Now this is much better. I want to add a little bit more depth here. So select this one, GZ. Perfect. Okay, so after some tweakings and rearranging a few things here and there and adding my own images right here, I'm really happy with the result. I'm rendering it in cycles. If I rendering it in Eevee, it will be different, similar but different. and because Eevee is real-time render engine, you can in real-time preview a lot of things here, and this is cool. And in Cycles is ray traced based engine, render engine, and it has more realistic, actually realistic, photorealistic render, and this is how it looks. I prefer Cycles, this is it, and I will go with 512 samples for this image. I will render it, let's see here, maybe 2000 by 2000, and everything I will leave like it is, just one frame. I will go here to render image, and we'll be back in a second. And this is the final result from Cycles Blender, and this version is tweaked a little in Photoshop. Hopefully that you like it. Also, you can get this blend file, this Blender file. You can find the link down there in the description. It's at my Patreon account there. And also, now it's your time to create your own room. It can be any kind of room, bedroom, study room, bathroom, whatever you want, kitchen, I don't know. And when you create it, just post it on Instagram, use the hashtag 3D not 2D room, and tag me there with at 3D not 2D, and I will be more than happy to see. I would love to see what you came up with after watching this tutorial, and have fun experiments. See you in my next one episode. Bye bye.